Heavy metal rock.
Global mind.
Nothing is private. No landline in the room. Secrets are hacked. Wait. It'll all be.
I'm Robert Cavuto, and today on My Global Mind, I'm pleased to be speaking with Kurt Deimer for the release of his new album, And So It Begins, that's going to come out on May 9th. Kurt, welcome, and thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thank you for having me, Robert. I appreciate it.
I love the album. Quite
Oh.
ferocious.
Quite what?
Ferocious.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a work in progress. You know, I didn't get back into this until 2020, like right around the pandemic, and that's when I brought a demo out to LA, and then Chris Lord-Alge and I met. We started working. He took me under his wing, liked my vibe, you know, even though I hadn't sung in like 30 years. And here we are. So I thought I'd put out a majority of what we've done so far.
You know, we spoke in 2022, you and me and Phil X. We spoke
Oh, yeah.
release of the EP.
I
So
thought
it's
you
to
were
catch up
familiar.
with you again on this. So
Very cool. Yep.
yeah,
No,
now you're
we
on the
haven't
tour
put out
bus,
any-
obviously. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm on the tour bus. We're in Pickering, Ontario.
Wow. Yeah, so
So,
you're currently out with Steel Panther and Buck Cherry. How has the reception been going to your shows?
oh, it's been amazing. We play first, so we're kind of rushed. We play a 30-minute set, but we just slam it in everybody's faces, and everybody loves it. And we're getting new fans again all over Canada. We just toured Canada last fall with Sebastian Bach, and we're building quite a fan base up here, and lots of merch, and it's really cool. Very good to meet everybody, and I say hello and spend time with the fans after every set. So it's
Great.
amazing.
What songs off the new album are you doing live?
Live, we're doing. Well, let's see. We open with "Look," that's on the new album. Then we go into "Doom," that's on the new album. Then we go into "Dance," which is on the new album.
Great album.
Then we do have "A Cigar," which is on the new album, but a different version. The one that's coming out on the album is on the final side of the vinyl, and it goes into a storm after the "Have a Cigar," and then it comes out of the thunderstorm into my version of "Riders on the Storm," and I rewrote the lyrics to make it real trippy.
No, that's great. Yeah, I have some questions about that in a little bit. Are you playing Heroes or Fight? I mean, I think that would go over great with like metal fans.
You know, we because we're limited, we do "Have a Cigar," then we do "Naïve," which will be on the actually all these are on the album.
Yeah.
Then "What You Saying," that's not on the album, but we always do "What You Saying," and people light up the room and everything. And then we close with "Live or Die," which is on the album. So
Great. Now, I mentioned when we spoke in 2022, you put out the EP. Was that, and it came out a little bit before that. It came out in 2021. Were you testing the waters to shop a record deal? Is that why you released the EP?
no, that was really we wanted to get something out just to tour on, to introduce people to who we were, and
Yeah.
and it was more a management decision at that point. They said people were putting out singles. You don't have to put out a whole album, put out an EP. So we put out an EP and just took our time then finishing the album. But now, once "And So It Begins" comes out, we've already got the second album done. I
Wow.
just have to get, you know, do some tweaks and everything with the band. And then we're already got stuff for the third album. So now they should start to come out pretty quickly.
That's pretty great. Is Phil X on number 2 and number 3? I know he's on this one, and I know he was on the EP.
Yeah, he's on the EP. He's on "And So It Begins." Songs that'll be on the second album he's on, and then there might be some that newer ones that he's not, but he's on a majority of those, and even some that'll be on 3. So Phil X and me and Chris, we probably have over 30, 40 tunes that are in the pipeline. So
That's great. How is working with him? How do you collaborate on songwriting and how does it all come about?
Oh, working with Phil's great. Just a great human being, and he's just a great guitar player, and he's very professional. And him and I, we've just gotten to a groove where I would come up, write up lyrics, and I'd share them with him, and then I'd give him a vibe I was feeling for the tune. Like, I remember one day on the bus back when we were touring together, I thought I liked the phrase, every time I look around, I try to find the reason, try to find the sound. And he was like, I don't know about that. But then we have luck and we open up with it now. So, we picked up on each other's vibe, and he does rock the way he does it. And it was just a good match. And of course, Chris Lord-Alge understands me. He's the one who came up with the idea to have a cigar the way we did it. So it's just been a great collaboration between the three of us. And Phil X was very instrumental in everything that I've done so far. So I appreciate him more than anything.
Yeah, he did a couple of tour. He did a tour with Yngwie Malmsteen and you a long time ago. Is he on this tour with you now?
No, no, we're now have morphed into a four-piece, and my band is myself and Sammy Bowler on lead guitar out of Detroit,
Mhm.
and on bass is Marco Pera out of Nashville,
Yeah.
and Isaiah Perez on drums, and we've been playing together now over a year and a half, and I think you'll. I don't know if you've ever seen us, but if you saw us
No.
now, it'd be like these guys morphed into something very powerful. So
I got to check out some of the videos. I'm sure there's videos on YouTube if you guys
yeah.
check those out. One of my favorite songs on the album is Burn Together. You got Jeff Tate on that one, and I really think he adds a sense of dread to the song because the
Yeah.
song it's not a promising or happy song by any means of the state of the world. So I really like the way you added him. And tell me about the collaboration with him.
Oh, Jeff has been amazing to me. He has really helped launch my career by taking me out on tour with him. And Phil was on that tour with me out in it was fall of 2021, I guess, is when I first started touring, which isn't that long ago. And he's just been very instrumental and very great to work with. And I don't know where I'd be without him and the boost that he gave us from the beginning, and being in the video. And then Jeff and I, it was going to be on this album, but it's going to come out as a single. But Jeff and I did another song together, which is a surprise, but it's going to blow everybody's minds when that comes out. So that'll probably come out as a single in like September. So Jeff's been very instrumental, and yeah, Burn Together, he killed it, man. He helped me tell the story I wanted to tell about life and where we're at. So it was perfect.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale, let's just say. We better get our as a world and a country, we gotta get our shit together.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um, it's interesting. I love that the fact that this is your debut album and it's called So It Begins.
And
You
so,
always hear about the end. This is the end. We're in, so it's good to hear somebody taking
yeah.
praise and turning it in that way. Tell me a little about what it means to you and the story behind selecting that as a
Well,
title.
I thought it was appropriate to, there's always a chance for everybody in life to have new beginnings and new dreams and things that they want to do. And I thought, Chris and I would sit in the studio. I said, this is an introduction, and this is the beginning of something really special between us and our fans. And what more appropriate to name it than "And So It Begins," and then leave it ... and then then we start adding more to the story as future albums come out and singles, and just keep building upon it. It's like the foundation, and so it begins. So
Very clever. Versus, it's better than just one. Kurt
yeah,
Deimer one.
yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, we talked a little bit about, that song, Burn Together is kind of an ominous story. Is there topics or themes that you like to focus on when you're writing? Because you're kind of all over, I thought, with musically, very
Yeah,
different songs.
they just come to me the way they come to my brain, and it's like therapy for me. I've learned a lot in life. I've been through a lot of shit to get to where I am today, and I can take the punches the world throws and get back up on my feet, and it's just really a way for me to get stuff off the gerbil wheel in my brain and share it with the rest of the world. And if I can help people avoid some of the things I've had to deal with, or share insight, which is really this common sense stuff, which we've all lost a lot of common sense in this world,
Sure.
and just teach people through my lyrics what I'm about, and it can make a difference in their life. That's what I'm striving to do. I'm more here to spread positivity, peace, and kindness through my music than anything else. And that's why I just, when it comes out, it comes out. That song, My Dad, which will be on the album too. About a couple years after my dad passed, it just one night came to me on my back deck. I was drinking some beers, and I wrote that song in like 10 minutes. So it got a lot of emotion out of me. So that's just how I do it. When it comes to me, I write it. If it can help people, that's what I'm striving to do.
That's great. Do people come up to you after the show? You meet a lot of people. Do they tell you that they were influenced, or
Oh yeah, people say they were in tears when they heard what you say, and you touched us. You thanked the first responders and all the,
Yes.
they
Heroes.
all pay attention, and we make sure. I have a great sound engineer in Devin Moran, and the audience they can hear us crystal clear, and that's very important, especially for our band, because we're just a rock band that does it the way we do it. But it's very important that the vocals are heard so they can resonate with people, because we are telling stories in all the songs and trying to help others.
No, that's great. That's what I like about Heroes. One of my favorites also.
Oh,
I think,
thank you.
Brett Michaels does that a lot. He really accentuates, and notifies, like thanks the world for our first responders and, people in the military. So I have a lot of respect to that. I think it's
Yeah, I do that every night, because I tell people we wouldn't all be here having a good time tonight, if it weren't for the first responders in the front line.
Very true. Very true. You also have you touched upon it back in the school and Naïve, and it combines a unique vocal styling. It's blending talk singing with hard rock. Is that something you developed on your own? Something you've,
Well, it was something I kind of had to do at the beginning, because I hadn't sung in 30 years, and I had to get my vocal cords retrained, and now I'm singing a lot more. Like only time will tell on the EP. I talked it, but now on the album I sang it,
Right.
and it's going to go to radio here in May. So it's a totally different vibe. I'm singing on way more stuff now, but I don't think I should ever get rid of the style, that other style, though, if I can blend it in different ways.
I agree.
Because it's just unique, and I don't want to be cookie cutter. I don't want to be like everybody else, and you either like it or you don't. It's cool, I don't like all the music out there. So we got our own vibe, and if we stay true to that, it will grow.
And Dance is another good one. Time Will Tell, Dance. Those are straight up hard rock melodic songs where you're full on singing, which is great.
Exactly. Dance. Look, I originally talked it, but now, I did more of it. I do more of a singing mixed with the other now, and Sunset Boulevard is coming out. I'm singing now on everything. So,
Mhm. And
so
you
you
have,
just continue to morph.
yeah, no, that's great. Evolution, evolving, growing. It's all positive, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
And you have the two covers you mentioned, The Doors, Rider of the Storm, which is like a spoken word format. How did you come up with that interpretation? And you said you changed the lyrics. I didn't do an A-B versus The Doors, but
Take your eye off it.
hold on.
yeah.
Sorry, but no, it's on the side, the vinyl. It's on the second album. It's on the B side, and it's just Have a Cigar into a storm, into Riders on the Storm. And I changed the lyrics to be more modern and more about what's going on in the world around us, and just hint at different issues, and just make people think about it while they're it's a great song to listen to late at night. If you've had a good night, you may be smoking a little weed or something. It'll trip you out. So
But how did you come up with the idea to do it as a spoken word versus singing the song?
That was more me and Chris. Chris and I came up with the idea in the studio, and it was just I wanted to make it trippy, and Chris said, "You write your lyrics to this, and then you're going to talk in your deep voice while I'm putting the eerie stuff on there, and then Phil X laid down on guitar."
That's great.
It just turned out to. I wanted it to be a mystique and an appropriate way to also re-showcase "Have a Cigar" going into another classic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, I wanna be respectful to your time. Please tell the crazy guys in Steel Panther I said hello. They're
Okay.
insane.
I will. I see Michael every day. So
Yeah, he's a crazy guy. I love them. They're so much
yeah.
fun. They're so entertaining and so fun. But have a great tour, and hopefully we can see you guys. You come again when you come to New Jersey. I'll come and see you guys.
Yeah, I think we're going to be near there soon. If to go to kurtdeimer.com, you can check out our tour dates. But we're going to be up in the Northeast in June.
Great.
We're doing some shows up there with Tesla. So
Great. And I'll put a link to where people could order your album and pre-order it. All right.
yeah, that'd be very cool.
All right.
And, I think you can get a link. Or my link tree is on my
I'll include it.
Instagram
I will include it.
in the
Perfect.
bio. That would be great if you could put that in there.
You got it. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Kurt.
Hey,
Great
always,
talking
always,
with you.
Robert. Thank you for having me
Good
back
night.
on. Thank you for all the love and support over the years, and let's keep this going for the next
Definitely,
decade.
definitely. We'll see you when you come to New York, New Jersey, buddy.
All right, brother. I appreciate you having me, man.
Bye-bye.
All right. See you, brother. Peace.
Heavy metal rock.
Global mind.